Minty, and welcome back to the channel that was doing daily uploads on RuneScape memes, news, and all sorts of old school and RuneScape content. Well, I kind of fell off the map on this channel. I apologize. I know some of you guys were really enjoying this. You guys came to my Twitch channel and my YouTube comments, and you were like, where you at? And I've been gone. And I think it's time I make a return, because Aiza and the JMod homies have just announced the Wilderness blog. Now, maybe you've checked it out from other content creators. This is the first day this came out, but I just woke up. I just got back home. Hell, crypto just got back up today, and I'm literally looking at RuneScape news first thing in the morning, and I'm very heavily involved with crypto. So you can tell how excited I am to actually go through this blog. I have not gone through it. There's going to be a blind read through. So far, I've seen on Reddit and Twitter that clans are not enjoying the updates that are proposed. People who are not in clans are. So seems like a win to me, but we'll have to go through it. But if you guys want videos on this channel, you want me to cover the Wilderness updates that are going to be possibly hitting RuneScape very soon, debit mode, league seasons, everything I'm actually excited for, well, subscribe, hit the bell icon down below, helps me out, and a like would be great, helps me know if you guys want me back. Sorry I've been gone for a bit. I am super excited to jump into the Wilderness vlog. Now, it's long. Let me just scroll down here. Oh, yo, usually this kind of update would be like a Iron Man change or something, but no, all Wilderness, and we kind of need it. I wanted to make this really corny reference that the Wilderness updates lately have been like a country song, man. They took away Edgeville, they took our Revs multi away, they took our truck away, they took Bounty Hunter Worlds away. I mean, the list goes on and on. Next thing you know, we'll be taking the dock from Barack away. So we need this. We need this hard. So I'm not sure what they're going to be covering. Let's jump into the Willy updates, dude. Dating all the way back to 2001, the Wilderness is the only place where players can engage in PvP content and gain all the items dropped by their opponents. Really the only reason I play. So, general Wilderness changes. The main issues we're addressing. So I guess there's just some polls. Which of the following best describes how often you enter the wild? 5% says I don't go in, 55% says I rarely go in, and 38% says I often go in. So at 38% of people often go in, that's actually surprising and makes me a little happier. Because if you go into the Wilderness, it ain't look like no 38%, man. It look like 2% at least. And half those are bots. So I don't know if bots vote, but that's concerning. Here's the money makers. A lot of polling here, sure, I guess, if they want to get the overall feel of the Wilderness, but really they just got to make it fun. I think it's super obvious. So they talk about skull tricking. I guess my thoughts on it, skull tricking not the worst thing for RuneScape, but as it's dying, it's definitely not the best thing. So skull tricking takes various different forms, but ultimately the end goal is the same, to trick an unsuspecting victim into attacking another player. Well, in reality, they're not unsuspecting. They clicked through the dialogue to go into the wild saying it was full risk. They've probably seen a bunch of videos where other people got skull tricked, but hey, let's call them victims. Not saying skull triggers are great. I'm just saying, come on, man. We're all adults here. We know what a video game is. In our survey, 68% of respondents reported that they do not fight back within the Wilderness. That's weak blood right there. That's weak genes. Almost 70% of all respondents believe that skull tricking is a big problem. Okay. And it's something we cannot ignore. But you know what we do ignore? Macing in the multi, bulwarks, everything that actually sucks in the Wilderness. But skull tricking, no. Sorry. Come on, man. If you can mace someone for claws in a second in multi, then what the hell is skull tricking, man? Easiest way to prevent skull tricking is to turn off your attack option. Yeah, so there's already a fix. We want to make it so players who are not planning to skull, can still fight back when attacked without falling into a position. Oh my god, dude, this is dumb as hell. What is the change? We're investigating the possibility of additional menu options such as disable attacks that would result in getting skulled. Okay. I guess that just seems really, I don't want to say the word pussy, but I'm not really, there's not another word that comes to my mind. Let me know what you think about that. I don't think this is a great update, but sure, I guess. Okay. Luring, apparently another problem that we've had. In any instance where a scammer tries to trick another player into stealing their items or committing to prevent these types of scams, we made good progress in the past. We want to make the following changes. Map extra safe areas around banks and hotspots in PvP worlds. Okay. Make doors always open in PvP worlds. So this should have came in the game an hour or years ago. If you don't know, people would trust other people. Like, they'd make you their friend on Discord. They do it all the time. They tell you to bring their bank out. You think that you're anti-luring them, but in reality, you're getting lured. You click them, you skull or something, you know, and you click a door and it like moves you into the wild. You can look it up. That's a horrible explanation, but this should have been fixed a while ago. I was going to say there's not really luring deep worldy. It's PvP worlds. And really, if you're thinking about it, the worst thing is the duel arena, but that's a whole other video. Whatever. All right. Let's see. Combat area tricks. What is this? I'm not excited about this yet. Single way combat, an area where players, and yes, okay, single plus, those are all the areas. We all know those. I guess we'll read the scenario. Player A and player B are fighting in single way combat. Math problem. Player C is stood nearby in a multi-way combat zone. Player A is close to dying, but can instantly attack player C due to them being multi-way combat zone. To avoid this, we will ensure that players find player B first. So what? What the hell? What's that got to do with anything? Combat area tricks, bro. Do the J... Okay, I love you, Jay Mozzie. We just had Husky on the podcast. Amazing, dude. But do they go in the wild? I've never been attacking someone in single and said, let me click on a dude in multi. And never mind. Okay, let's just be positive, dude. I'm sorry. I just woke up. Maybe I'm a little salty. Single plus and PJ timers. Okay. Maybe I should not have gone through this blind. Maybe I should have read up first, but I wanted to go through it blind to get my original reaction. Whatever. Single plus and PJ timers. Which single plus is great. They need to add this to more areas. Do they need PJ timers in other areas? I don't know. All right. We're going to kill two birds in one stone. We'll be replacing all single way combat areas. Holy yo! We're going to be replacing all single way combat areas in the wilderness single plus? What the hell? That's huge. That means that PvP will always take priority, so if a player in a fight with a monster, they could be attacked by another player. Holy that's huge. Secondly, we'll be adding a PJ timer to single plus combat areas. This means players that have a grace period in which they cannot be attacked by other players if they're still fresh from an encounter. So they're going to be giving a grace period as well. Okay. Dude, that's huge. Personally, I think they need to buff all drops in the wild before they even consider this. But I'm down. I'm down to have everything single plus. Because single clans falling in is very dumb. That's probably why clans are all mad and sad and boo-hooing and shit. But no one cares about them, and no one has since ever. So who cares? This is great, but they need to make the wilderness a place for people to actually farm and PVMing. Because imagine you're PVMing and you don't make much money, but you're getting hunted and you can't box, which is great. You shouldn't be able to box a monster, but if there's no escapes and you're making really bad money, then you're not going to go in the wild, and we're going to have the same problem, right? So hopefully down this blog, there's going to be a buff to everything in general. But this is great. This is amazing. Very excited, but I still need to keep reading here. Loot keys. Okay. We'd like to bring loot keys to the game. Ooh. Oh, okay. So like dev mode bank would be like a loot key where you loot and you get all their bank items. I think that's what they're talking about. We think loot keys would help reduce the number of players waiting around PvP areas, so simply loot leftover goodies, while also promoting a higher risk, higher factor, as players could choose to stay within the kills they could just keep their keys on them, man. They'd be a challenge. However, loot keys will work slightly differently from how they originally proposed. Instead of being tradable drops, it will be a purchasable and permanent unlock for 5 million gold. Okay, I like that. They will only be possible at the Ferox Enclave. Sorry, what? Wait. So, to unlock it, you gotta unlock it there? It will only be possible at the Ferox Enclave, the same location to unlock its purchase. Loot keys will turn all the loot you normally get from a player into a key. A player can hold up to 5 of them at once, which after which PvP drops will normally revert until they have either redeemed or destroyed a key. Keys can only be redeemed at a bank or destroyed. Killing another player who has loot key will assign you the most valuable key. Skull players that have 2 or more keys in their inventory will have a skull icon with their head that's showing how many keys. That is so cool. But what do you mean it's only be... It's what? Ferox Enclave? I think that... I don't know. We'll also be updating the functionality of loot keys by adding various levels of customization, allowing you to tailor the benefits that provide your playstyle. The ability to exclude food or potions from your keys. Players will be able to set a loot threshold, causing any items above the value to be excluded from loot keys. Very cool, very cool. All of this very cool, but I have to wonder, what is it talking about when it's only going to be possible at the Ferox Enclave? I'm hoping they're just talking about unlocking, because if you could kill bots for loot keys, you're making 4 or 5 mil an hour, right? Because you have 3 hit them, bank 4 or 5 keys, return. But if you can only do it the Ferox Enclave, there's not much to do around there. So I'm just going to ignore that comment. Let's see what happens when it updates, because I feel like I read that wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me too. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's everywhere. Still very cool, and the start of something that could be possibly just game-changing. So we got single plus everywhere, loot keys. I'm liking it so far. Fountain of Rune. Okay. What do you got in the Fountain of Rune? I love the Fountain of Rune. In order to tackle risk-free usage of the Fountain of Rune, we will prevent players from logging out. Oh, yes! Finally! They finally add a log out barrier, so these people can't auto-log. Fountain of Rune, necessary. Laren's Key logout spots, necessary. We need this shit. At Laren's Key, Fountain of Rune, I've been saying we need something like that Fountain of Rune for a while. I've been saying this for years. Most of this stuff I've been saying for years, personally, but it's whatever. Only applies when the Fountain of Rune is used for a spell and will not apply to players using the Fountain of Rune to charge of glory. Okay. Well, that's wrong. They should do it for everything, but whatever. Okay, we'll start with that. That's fine. We need that in multiple areas in the wild. First, we need to make the risk a lot better, the reward a lot better, and then we add the risk on top of that, though. You don't want to just make the risk higher and the reward bad, right? So hopefully that we see some more reward soon, but we're seeing a lot more risk, which is good. Iron accounts and PvP loot. Players looking for a challenge might create an Iron Man with the sole intention of excelling in PvP situations. I guess some people do. Currently, if an Iron Man defeats another player in the wild, they cannot pick up dropped items. This means the defeated player can run back and loot. To make things more nail-biting, we'd like any item that would normally drop on death to still appear on the floor upon defeat, but no one will be able to pick them up. Untradeable items will still be picked up by the defeated player. So, if you kill an Iron Man? To make things more nail-biting, we'd like items that would normally drop on death to still appear on the floor upon defeat, but no one will be able to pick them up, including the player who lost him. So if an Iron Man kills someone, that happens, because that's kind of booty, I guess. I mean, I don't think this is a necessity, and this shouldn't be in the blog. It's kind of a waste of time, but whatever. It doesn't really have a big impact on me. I just know that when we go on masses, a lot of Iron Men like to PK with us, and they're totally down for other people looting their stuff. So I'm just going to call this the garbage part. Equipment's rebalancing. With the range meta portion of equipment rebalanced out of the way, now our shift focuses to PvP. And we're going to be focusing on Dagonhide armor and Din's bulwarks. Thank God, dude. What do we got here for the Dins? Okay, we're just going to skip past all this here. So I think this is the Din's defense. The attack, it has 110 crush. That's kind of insane. Negative magic, but that's always been the way. So we'll increase the attack speed and attack bonus, giving it increased DPS and additional utility and tank roll, but we'll buff its special attack, allowing it to reduce the offensive capabilities of each monster. While in offensive mode, the bulwark strength bonus will be scaled on the defense of any equipment geared. Holy moly, 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 that's insane. We've upped the crush attack bonus to 124. Okay, so that's gonna be higher. We've increased. Where the hell did where the nerf at, boy? We've also increased the attack speed from 7 to 5. What is this? So when I'm attacking someone with a bulwark, they're gonna be slap me back? What is this? When not defensive mode, your melee strength is increased by the following. What the hell? I'm not reading that. Where's the nerf? What? We'll be achieving this by addressing one of the main feedback points, giving you the ability to fight back when using the shield. No one asked for that. A lot of you were worried by the reduction of the defensive stats of the bulwark. We are effectively removing the only use. So, tell me that you're not buffing the bulwark, because it really sounds like you're buffing the bulwark, and not just for PVM, but it sounds like you want the people in Black D'hide and bulwarks risking 40k to be able to attack back not only stronger, but faster. That's what I just read. Who told you this? Who's giving you feedback? Because they are not very bright. Okay. Maybe I missed something. I'm just going to skip that. You know, like I said, first read through, we got a lot to go through. I'm not spending a lot of time here. We are already 16 minutes in. So, Zerrican ropes. What is wrong with Zerrican ropes? So I guess they're too cheap, I guess. As such, we'll be changing the offensive capabilities of Zerrican ropes slightly by reducing magic attack bonus. 10%. So no one asked for Zerrican rope nerf. I don't think, at least I didn't. Elemental staves. The above changes, you would see each tier of staff benefit from a +2 magic attack and defense bonus. Oh yeah, that's cool. Dragonhide armor. Whoa, okay, so there's a lot of negatives here. So it's +2. I'm guessing that's what it's going to be now. So we'll just read. To give an idea how much a difference this is from our previous proposal, old proposal, negative 27% nerf to defensive stats. New proposal, negative 22% nerf to negative defensive stats. So a little less of a nerf, but still a nerf? Okay. So they're going to be nerfing it just a little bit. Just a little bit less than they were going to nerf it before. Cool, I guess, as long as it comes in the game. I don't think DI needs too big of a nerf. It just needs some sort of nerf. My main thing was the bulwark, right? Because DI's always been a problem, but that bulwark's a new problem, and that new problem's making a big wave in the wild. And I'm a little angry that they're going to make it faster and stronger. That disgusts me. I'm hopefully going to see more defensive changes, but they didn't say any of that, so maybe I just read too fast. That's always a thing. I do skip words here. So, Blessed D'hide armor. So a lot of people are merching Blessed D'hide because the top was going to be something about 1 defense D'hide, but I don't know if they went with that. As Blessed Dragonhide armor is locked behind the completion of treasure trails, the pieces typically hold a much higher cost. It is important to note that due to the reduction in stats for Black D'hide and Vamp races, our intention was to ensure Dragon Armor is reduced in strength to its cost. As such, we'll be removing the defense requirements needed to equip both Blessed D'hide Chaps and Vamps. Yo, it's a good day for Pures indeed. Also a great day for those who invested in Blessed D'hide Chaps and Vamps. You are probably up on money, and it's hard to be up on money lately in Old School at the moment. To match that of the D'hide equivalent, this will ensure no accounts are negatively impacted anyway. We'll gain a +2 prayer bonus. So, big news for Pures. You're going to be able to wield Chaps and Vamps. Huge news for Pures. They've been fighting for that for a while. I'm not sure what the fight was all about. That should have been in the game a while back, but hey, you got it. Revenant Caves. Finally, we get a little spicy. So, single plus, we got loot keys. We got the rune altar being changed so people can't just out there. I wish there was a little more, but still, it's great. What are the Rev Caves going to do, man? Here's some stuff saying why they don't go in the caves. I don't really care about numbers, but whatever. Revenant Cave Entrance. We'll be making the entrance to Rev Caves in level 26 Wilderness one way only. Ah! Yes! The cave relies heavily on a high-risk, high-reward element, and while this location offers great accessibility, it also provides a rather convenient escape route. Oh, you don't think making an escape route that goes outside the hobgoblins is convenient? Yeah, a little too much, buddy. Oh, thank God. That means you're going to be going into the caves, and you're not going to be able to come right back out. You got to go all the way through or teleport if you're TB'd. Makes normal spells stronger, makes it more risky. Let's see what else they got here. We'll be increasing the number of revenants available within the caves. Sure. We'll be reducing the spawn timer 30%. Okay. We'll be adding a cooldown to the healing mechanics. Fuck yeah. Sorry, I'm probably not getting monetized for this video, but those healing mechanics are ridiculous. No one likes them. No one enjoys them. You can't 5v1 a Revenant anymore, so trying to 1v1 it and it heals for 5 minutes is awful. So bad. Thank you. We'll also add unique mechanics to Revenant Dragons, Dark Beasts, and Orcs, so they're more engaging in the fight. I'm okay with that as long as they're buffed somehow. Revenants will be weaker against different combat styles, encouraging the use of a variety of weapons. So maybe we're going to see a price influx with Revenant weapons then? Because they kind of go over maces, scepters, and chain maces. Or bows. Certain items drops from Revenants will no longer be noted, meaning players will need to be... that's a big nerf. That's bad. Amulet Avarice might go up, but that's bad. That's horrible. That's awful. That's trash. So if people aren't going to be noting drops, they're going to be banking very often, meaning if you go PK there, they're not going to be dropping as much. And no one wants to be scolding Revs, especially when Scold drops from Revs are not that great. Unless they updated that. The Avarice Amulet will be upgraded to provide 20% more accuracy and damage toward Revs. That's insane. So if you bought Amulets of Avarice, you're rich as hell right now, because I don't think anyone bought them. No one knew about this. Hell, if you bought them beforehand, you probably had some inside information, because who was buying Amulets of Avarice, man? I wish I bought some now. The standard drops from Revenant drop table will improve by 50%. Oh my god. Oh my god, 50%? 50%? That's amazing. It should be 200%, but I'll take it, dude. Holy moly, a one-way entrance. More revs, faster spawns, difficulties, less healing, better drops, and the rev weapons do more, is what I'm reading. Pretty much all of it. Where was this day one, boys? Finally, man. Should have been in 2020 updates, but whatever, bro. Also, I scrolled down, I saw this thing. I don't know what the hell this is. A Revenant boss. Balancing changes aside, we want to spice things up in the cave, and we wanted to add a Revenant boss. Oh, fuck. I can't say it again, man. I'm already chancing it. This received an overwhelming amount of support in the survey. 80% of respondents in favor. Look at this beast. Looks like a Pokemon, dude, for Gen 8. And I don't know if that Gen 8's even out. Fearsome foe has a certain chance to spawn after a Revenant's been killed. Oh, like a Superior. A broadcast will be sent to everyone within the cave that makes it aware it spawned. From there, the race is on to find it. Okay, you lost me. You lost me there. Why we gotta find it? It's not the mole. Why would we want to find this? Why? Okay, while the Revenant caves are in single plus combat, the boss will be excluded from the restriction, meaning multiple players can attack at the same time. So pretty much best in slots probably to get the kill. It has various special attacks you need to avoid and drop. Will go to the players who deal the most damage, unless the player was an Iron account. Good. Iron Men don't need specials. Man, they know what they're doing. And if you're an Iron Man, you should agree. You want a harder game mode. This is sick. Other than you have to find it. I feel like if you kill the Rev and it pops up near you, you should get like a bonus since you spawned it, and you should get more damage on it. Personally, what I'm thinking though, pretend to be a Rev PVMer, and then when the Rev boss pops up and everyone's fighting it, you just special attack the lowest guy. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be making videos on that. Very excited for that. So great Rev changes. Everyone wanted roaming Revs or multi-Revs back, so a little disappointing there. Because seriously, all these updates are great, but without multi-Revs, there still isn't an area to go and enjoy. We still got more to read, but we really need an area for multi. But let's go on. Wilderness Slayer Caves. Finally, let's turn our attention to the Wilderness Slayer Caves. I made a 10-hour video on PKing there and loot from there, all on my main channel, and I was very disappointed day one. I've been disappointed since. They have not updated anything. The Laren skis were barely buffed. The drops from the regular monsters were ass, and there were only like 5 or 6 monsters in the whole cave with very narrow, crazy, gross hallways that really had bad pathing. These monsters are stronger than the other wilderness counterparts and have an improved drop table and 50% increase of Laren skis. Okay, but what else? Because 50% kind of ass. Much like with Revenant Caves, we like to propose some of the changes of Wilderness Slayer to make them better place to train. We're going to remove the stalagmites. Oh! They heard me! They heard me! Dude, they heard me complain about the stalagmites. Oh, dude, I'd be like, what JMod just went crazy with stalagmites? I swear to God, I'm the only one talking about that, too. No one brings up the stalagmites, man. There's too many stalagmites, bro. I know it's a cave, but they don't need to just have stalagmites, man. That's lazy as hell. There's too many. Thank God. From any room where they... Oh, never mind. They're just kind of... I should have read the whole sentence. From any room where they impact the effectiveness of a dwarf cannon. Still, I guess less stalagmites in general. So that's... Damn, I was hoping they'd remove a lot. As this cave is multi-way combat, it makes sense for them to be utilized to their fullest potential. That means that they thought the stalagmites were good. They just wanted there to be a cannon. They're like, you know, I really like all these narrow, gross pathways with a bunch of stalagmites and horrible pathing, but people need the cannon. Okay, a little disappointed there. We'll be updating the drop table of all cave monsters so they are unique to the area. Thank you. This will include some of the wilderness excluded consumables. Yes, that are currently only obtainable on via Last Man Standing, so they're going to make them natural. Guess who's been talking about that for a while? This guy. They need to be dropping the wilderness supplies from the Wilderness Slayer Cave. It makes sense. They add more monsters. Guess what they're doing? All of it. New Slayer only area will be added to the Abyssal Demons, Dust Devils, Jellies, Necreals. Oh. Yes, and they will have benefits from previously mentioned Slayer Cave unique drops. Oh my God, this is great. Finally. We'll also tweak the Slayer assignments given by something. Okay, so maybe this will make it so that you get more Slayer tasks in the cave when you do Wilderness Slayer. Because when I was doing it, I used about 2,000 Slayer points in 10 hours just trying to get tasks in the cave. So I wasted a ton checking that out. And pretty much, I wish I saved them now because now it's way better. But I always check out wilderness updates. I was going to say, if there was nothing here but a nice shiny tree in the wilderness, I'd still be excited because it'd be something new to look at, right? I'd just be out there looking at it. I'm just excited to be having updates. Superior Wilderness Slayer Cave Creatures. Oh my God, I almost said it again. This is amazing. I'll be looking to implement a unique Superior Slayer Creature, which has a chance of spawning while Bigger and Black perk is unlocked. I wish you didn't need the Bigger and Badder, but that's fine. The Superior Slayer creature will spawn regardless of which creature was killed, excluding the new Slayer-only area creatures. The beast is defeated. Players are rewarded with 3 rolls of drops. Oh, instead of 2, they get 3, and you'll be guaranteed a Laren's Key and a blighted item drop. Oh, very nice, very nice. Very excited about the Wilderness Slayer. Very excited about Rev Caves. Very excited about Single Plus all over the wilderness. Bulwark, I'm not going to ever talk about that again. I don't get it. Other than that, dude, this is great. Found a Rune stuff's great. Loot keys could be great as well, depending how they do that. I really don't know about this whole combat skull tricking and stuff. I don't think it's a big deal. I think someone just got tricked and they're mad about it for the rest of their life. It happens to everyone. Get over it. Stop talking to JMods about it, please. No one cares. Either way, all we're missing really, multi-revs. We need something multi. We need a multi-combat item for all these people to enjoy. We need more buffs to monsters throughout the wild. If they're going to make it single plus, that means it's going to be a little riskier. You wouldn't think so, but a little riskier to go PVM because you can get PJ'd off every monster. Clans weren't really too hard to deal with in singles. It's more that if you didn't have any monsters to box, you would die. So I'm all for getting rid of boxing. I'm all for getting rid of clans, but we need some sort of buff or people still go out there and not get farmed by dudes in max. Because let's be real, we're going to be seeing a lot of people in max now in the wilderness. You're not going to be no mystics. A lot of ancestral boys going out there since they don't have to worry about clans, man. It's going to be very scary, but I'm very hyped for it. Either way, if you want more videos from me, I know it's a long one. I had to cover it all. Blind reaction. Tell me what you think of these updates. Drop some support. Maybe I'll continue to make videos on this channel. I got so hyped today, man. I'm so pumped. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Let me do that one more time. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Here we go.